So for today's video, I am going to do a real roll with you guys. This is a roll that actually happened at the casino. It was easier for me to memorize because I was sitting box instead of dealing, so I was able to keep these numbers in my head a little bit easier. Plus, it stuck out in my head because of how it started. How the roll started, and you guys are going to see that in just a second. It was absolutely crazy. And then it just kind of kept going, but I'd already been keeping track of my head, so my brain just on its own just kept going with that. Not too sure why. So and it happened right before I went on break, so I was able to go on break and I was able to make a quick note of what this roll was. And I want to showcase this roll. Now, I was trying to pick two different systems. A lot of times when I do these showcases, I put 3 or 4 systems out, and it takes up to an hour sometimes to film this, and I don't want to go quite that long. So I just wanted to pick 2 systems, and trying to figure it out, I decided I'd pick one of the newer ones that we just recently did that is extremely underrated. So if you guys watch those videos, you know what I'm talking about. And then the very, very common, super common one that is not as strong as people think it is. Okay, so I'm going to do pressing 1 unit, and I'm going to do an iron cross. We're going to do a cross, including the point, pressing 1 unit, and an iron cross. So the iron cross is going to have $61 in action. The other person is going to have $64 in action. Okay. Neither person had a bet on the come out roll. They didn't have a pass line bet. Okay, they were just waiting for the point. Now, the funny thing with this is, again, how this roll started. So independent of those 2 strategies, I want to show you guys what could have happened on some center action stuff. And I'm just going to use a C&E and a world. And we will go with, both of them are going to do the same thing. Anytime they win, they're going to press it up 1 unit, okay? Because this is how this roll started. Started with an 11. That was the first roll. I'm going to see if I can keep track of how many rolls. Hopefully I don't forget to mark one. So started with an 11. So the C&E player got paid $14. So if they press it 1 unit, now they've got that. Whereas the world player got paid $11. Now they press it up 1 unit, they've got $6. So the next roll was a 7 winner. So anybody on the pass line won. C&E player lost. World player was a push. It stays up. It's one of the reasons I like the world. I bet the world instead of the horn all the time. So they bring their C&E back. Other players still up. The next roll was a 3. So they get paid $6. They press it up. This player gets paid $22. So they press it up a unit. After the 3 came a 12. So this player is getting paid $12. They want to press it up, so they're going to get paid $10. Now their C&E looks like $6. Pressed it up $2. Now this player gets paid $78. We're going to do 80 for 2. They press it up. This is just pressing 1 unit. If you guys like this kind of stuff, do a search on the channel, find the miracle roll. Find the miracle roll that actually happened for center action. It was crazy. So after the 12, what came next? An 11. So this player got paid $42. We're going to do 50 for 8. They press it up $2 more. They press it up $2 more. Now the 11 roll. So this player gets paid $44. So we'll do 50 for 6. Press it up again. $5. Now after this 11 came another 3. This was getting absolutely ridiculous as a come out roll. Everybody was kind of laughing about this. So now this player over here gets paid $24. So they'll take 25 for 2. Then they'll press it up another $2. Now they go up to 10. Now on a 3, this player gets paid $55. Press it up 1 unit. And another 11. That player got paid $70. Running out of ones. $70. Yeah, I'm keeping track of the rolls. I'll have to count it down off the sheet later. And this player got paid $66. Kind of a weird one. They, again, go up. Now they go up to 10. Now on a 3, this player gets paid $55. Press it up 1 unit. And another 11. That player got paid $70. Press it up 1 unit. And another 11. They, again, go up. Amazingly enough, another 11. So now this player is getting paid $84. Okay, do 85 for 1. They press it up another $2. This player is getting paid $77. They press it up again, because why not? This, we haven't even gotten to a point yet. This was an absolutely crazy roll. Then came a 12. Then came a 12. So this player gets paid $42. They press it again. Now on a 12, this player gets paid $208. Press it up again, because why not? Get this, an 11-year-old. A freaking 11-year-old. This was the roll that just would not end. So this player is going to get paid $105. We're going to do $125 for 20. And they press it up again. Now this player is going to get paid $99. 100 for 1. They press it up again. That's when it ended, and we actually got a point. But just pressing it 1 unit on a world bet, this player could have made $615 if anyone was actually betting it, whereas the C&E player could have made $371. So it was a pretty crazy roll, and we hadn't even gotten to a point yet. So this is why this roll stuck out in my head to where I was able to memorize it long enough to get some notes taken once I went on break, because it just started out just so wild and unbelievable in a way. So then we finally got to a point. The point that was set was a 4. So once the point was set at 4, we've got the player going 64 across, including the point, and then we've got the player that is doing his iron cross. There we go. Classic iron cross. $61 in action, $64 in action. This person's going to do a classic iron cross and just keep saying betting. This person is going to press it 1 unit every single time. So, first roll was a 6. So the iron cross player is going to make $11. I'm not going to take this down just to put it back up. They're going to make $11. This player is not, because they're going to press it up 1 unit. So they're only going to make $8. Roll after that was a 5. So classic iron cross player again, $11. The pressing 1 unit player makes $9. It presses it 1 unit. Another 5. So iron cross player makes $11. 26 for 15. The press it 1 unit player makes $16, and they press it 1 unit. Next came a 9. Iron cross player gets $10. Player right here throws in $1 for 15. Presses it up 1. Another 5. Iron cross player once again makes $11. Player over here will throw in $2 so they can get paid $30. Press it up to a quarter. Next came a 6. Iron cross player once again gets paid $11. 15 for 4. Pressing it 1 unit, this player collects $15. Then an 8. Iron cross player gets their $11. Press 1 unit player gets more than 11, or gets less than 11, but presses it up. Next, 10. So a 10, iron cross player gets paid their field bet. This player is going to get paid $18, which is 20 for 2. press it up one. After the 10 came another 5. Iron Cross player, $11. Pressing 1 unit player, goes to 30, collects 30. Next came a winner 4. So the Iron Cross player gets paid on their field, so they collect $10. This player will throw in $1 to get paid 20. Press it 1 unit, collect the rest. So now we were in a come out roll situation. So the Iron Cross player does not have a field bet out at the moment. Come out roll, they just waiting, and the other players not working their bets. So 6 rolls. So now the Iron Cross player has their bets working in, so they go back out on the field, and both players are ready to go. So in 9 rolls, Iron Cross collects his 10. This player collects 16, presses up to 20. Another 5, amazingly. Iron Cross player collects their $11. Press 1 unit player gets paid $42. They press it up to 35. And there we go. Next came a 4. So the Iron Cross player gets paid their field bet. This player gets paid $27. 27. And they're going to press it up 5 more. And another 5. If this was a power press player, they would probably hit table max. They would have hit table max on the 5 by the end of this roll. I'm pretty sure. So we've got another 5 playing. So our cross player, $11. This player, that doesn't have the dollar to throw in. So we'll throw in 5 to get paid 54. Press it up again. Another 4. Iron Cross player gets paid their $10 for the field. This player throws in $1 to get paid 40. Presses it up 1 unit. And then came an 8. Wow, this is only the second 8 to roll. So Iron Cross player, 15 for 4. They collect their $11. Pressing 1 unit player comes up, and boom. And another 5. Wow. Iron Cross player gets their $11. The pressing 1 unit player will collect 51 and press 1 unit. Next comes a 10. Iron Cross. It's $10. This player will collect 30 for 3. Press it up a unit. And there we go. Another 10. Iron Cross player. Once again, collects $10. This player throws in $1 for 40. Goes to a quarter. Oops, wrong one. There we go. A 4. Iron Cross player gets the field. 54 for 5. Pressing a unit. Another 5 rolls. Wow. Iron Cross player gets their $11. What do we got here? Wow, this player's getting paid $63. 65 for 2. And another 4. Look at that. Iron Cross player collects their $10 for the field. Now this is going to be a $2 vig. It's going to pay $60. Press it up. rolls. Our cross player makes their $11. This player, by pressing up 1 unit, will go to 30. And a 4. Iron cross player collects their $10 on the field. This is once again going to be a $2 VIG. This time it's going to pay 70. They press it up. A 10 rolls. My cross player gets their field bet. This would be, this gets paid 49. They press it up 1 unit to go to 30. And amazingly enough, another 4. Iron cross player gets their field. And what do we have here? Now it's a $2 VIG to get paid 80. So they throw in their $2, get their 80. Press it up. And a 7 out. So just pressing it 1 unit at a time, this player made $777 in profit. The iron cross player made $273 in profit. $500 difference. See what I mean about pressing at 1 unit being subtle, but very, very, very powerful, especially if you hit a good roll. Now, I'm going to real quickly count the rolls. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 39. 39 rolls, however, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them were before we even established a point. And those 10 rolls went very, very fast because nobody was really betting anything in center action, so maybe some C&Es. There were no presses or parlays. So this actually worked out to about a 20 to 22 minute roll, if I recall correctly. And nobody really made huge amounts of money on it. Even the press 1 unit type strategy wasn't on display. So I'd say the most anybody won on this roll was about like the iron cross player, maybe 200, 250 bucks on it. But here's what's interesting. Let me see. On the 5s and the 4s really blew my mind. So let me look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 5s rolled. A power presser at the absolute worst hits table max at 7 on a 5 or 9. So someone who was power pressing would have collected $2,800 on the 8th roll, possibly even on the 7th roll. So, and plus they would have collected a little bit here and there. So for a power presser, just off the 5s, a power presser would have collected thousands. What about the 4? So I'm not going to count the initial 4 that set the point. So the winner 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4s hit. Again, the power presser at the absolute worst case hits table max, or hits $2,000 table max at least, on the 6th 4 or a 10. So power presser would have made $4,000, minimum $4,000 on the 4, and a minimum of $3,000, $2,800 plus whatever, a little stuff, on the 5. Possibly upwards of $5,000, over $5,000 on the 5. So a power presser would have made $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 on this roll, and it wasn't that incredible. It just stuck out in my head because of the really weird way it started. And then it was a decent roll. They said it was about a 20-minute roll. It's a decent roll. So I hope you guys find this stuff interesting, amusing, entertaining, if nothing else, and eye-opening when I showcase different strategies. Okay, so for today's video, I am going to present you guys with some real rolls that we saw today. This shift was pretty outstanding in that we had 4, count them, 4 rolls of 20 to 25 minutes. 4 of them. It was pretty spectacular. It was pretty awesome. And I was actually on the table for a couple of them, and some friends of mine were on the tables for the others, so they got me the rolls. These tend to stick out to us. Now, one thing about this is, as you'll notice, I will go over how many times individuals' numbers hit during this roll, during these rolls, and you know, how they were played or how they could have been played. What you'll also notice is I won't give you the rolls in sequence, nor will I give you the 2s, 3s, 11s, and 12s. And the reason for that is that honestly nobody keeps track of that. The rolls in sequence, no dealer, no floor keeps track of that. We don't care. It doesn't stick out in our heads. It's not the sequence of the rolls that matter. It's how many times individual numbers hit. That's what sticks out to us. That's what we remember. So that's what they tell me if I'm not actually at the table is, hey, this number hit X number of times, this number hit so-and-so number of times, so on and so forth. And when we say it hit a certain number of times, we're talking about it hitting a certain number of times as a live roll, not while it's off, say, on a come-out roll. And like I said, there were 4 of them, so I'm going to shoot 4 different videos on this. The first one is the most recent one. It was the last one right before I came off shift. So it sticks out the most in my head because we had some pretty unique players on the table, and it really, really shows how different play styles work. So here we go. So again, as usual, I'm going to get rid of the puck. And the reason I'm getting rid of the puck is, again, these rolls are while they were live. When we talk about how many times a number hit, we're talking about them as if they were live. So for this first one that I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to go over 2 of the players that were on the table. Then I'm going to show you guys 2 theoretical rolls. 2 theoretical rolls. Actually, I'll make it 3. I'm going to do 3 theoretical rolls, or 3 theoretical strategies to show you guys how this could have gone for somebody. So the first player, and this was a $10 minimum bet table. We had actually been slow, so we just dropped it from a 15 down to a 10. Although strangely enough, we had a $25 table right next to it. So we had one player that was getting his butt kicked, because he usually goes, say, 135 across, 130 across. We actually talked him into, he was going to sit out the roll entirely. We said, hey, why don't you just go 64 across? So he said, okay, I'll go 64 across. And we told him, hey, just press it. Now, the other player is a player that always does, or not always, sometimes he mixes it up, but most of the time, he will do this right here. He's basically doing kind of a modified iron cross. You guys might recognize this from some other videos that we've done. Right, he does 30, 36, 36. And the reason for this is it pays him 42 per roll, minus the 21 in the field. So no matter what number rolls, he's making $21. Okay. So I said we're going to go for some theoretical rolls. So let's go with, or theoretical strategies. Let's go with an iron cross. And then we're going to stick with the $10 strategy. I'm going to move it up here. We're going to go 64 across, including the point. That's going to be a mid-press player. Then we're going to go 64 across, including the point. This is going to be a power press player. Now, normally I pay this, of course, out beyond the pass line. I'm going to put this out in this area right here just so we can see it a little bit easier, okay? So here's how it went. I'm going to go with the least number of hits first. So the 10 rolled twice. The 10 rolled twice. So the first player went all the way up to a quarter, collected $3. Okay? The first time. This modified iron cross player collected his $21. And there's a very important reason why that we'll show you in just a few minutes. And then, you know what? Let me bang out the other 2 numbers. So, or the other hit. So, hit twice. Second time, up to 50. Collected that green. This player, now this isn't the exact order, but the way his strategy works, it does not matter. So now that he has hit 2 numbers, be it field numbers or regular numbers, he actually comes down. He comes down, regresses himself down, to this right here. He removes the field, and he goes to 44 inside, including the point. And this, I believe, was including the point. Okay, so he's at 44 inside, including the point. So now let's take a look at our mid-press player. So our mid-press theoretical player also would have gone to a quarter. And then the second time around, so would have collected 3. Second time around would have gone to 50. I actually skipped the regular iron cross player. The regular iron cross player, who would have been in right there, would have made $20. because it would have hit the 10 2 times. So now the power press player. So the power press player also will go to a quarter, and then we'll go to 75. So he's not actually making any profit off of this 10. So the number that hit next is kind of a tie. The 6 and the 9 both hit 3 times. So let's look at the 9. So for the 9, this player right here, put this in. This player right here pressed the 5 and the 9, collected a red. The first time. The second time around, he collected $11 and went to a quarter. The third time around, up to 35. So this player right here, this is interesting. So we're going to throw in $11. All right, so the first time around, collects a green. Second time around, let's throw in 15, so collect 29. And the third time around. Now this is where it gets interesting. At this point, he's hit 3 numbers. He does this between 3 to 4 numbers. He comes entirely down. So, this player started out with, let's see, 30, 36, 36, 72, 102, plus 21, $123 invested into the shooter. $123 out of his rack, which means that he made a profit of $84 by the time he completely comes down. $84. He made an $84 profit on a 20-plus minute roll. This guy's an idiot. He just doesn't win. He just cannot win. The longer the roll goes, the less he has in bets. So there we go. He made a profit of $84. So now, the regular iron cross player, this hit 3 times, so we would have made $30. The mid-press player, first time around, go to 15. Second time around, go to a quarter. Third hit, go to 36. Power press player, go all the way to a quarter. Go all the way up. And then he would have thrown in an extra $5 plus that dollar, would have thrown in $6 to go up to 150. This player is actually negative $5. And the 6 rolled 3 times. So this player, the first time around, pressed it all the way up. Second time around, I believe went to 42. Third time around to 60. This player is now sitting out because they like to just watch fantastic rolls and watch people make money. Regular iron cross player right here is going to make $11 3 times, so they're going to make $33. Mid press player, first time, go up to 18. Second time, go up to 30. And the third time, we'll go to 42. Power press player will throw in more money, so now they are $9 in the hole. Then they will throw in more money, so now they are $10 in the hole. Then they will throw in more money, so now they are $17 in the hole. So, power press player is technically getting their butts kicked. So, next, the 4. And the 4 rolled 4 times. Very coincidental. So this player threw in $1, went to a quarter. So he collected $5. Second time around, he threw in $1, went to 50, collected a quarter. Third time around, he threw in $2, went to 100 because he actually really does like the 4s and 10s. He threw in $5 the fourth time around, went to 200. Iron cross player hits 4 times for $40, so we'll give him 50 for 10. And remember, this player is sitting out. They hit nothing. So then the mid-press player, they can throw in $2, go to a quarter, Next time around, second time, go to 50. Third time, go to 100. And fourth time, they also will go to 200. And I'm just cleaning this up a little bit before we go on to the next number. All right, so the 5 hit 5 times. This player's at 21 now. They went to a quarter. You notice this player is basically a mid-press player. All right, this is a real player. First time, went to a quarter. Second time, went to 35. He tends not to throw in that dollar. Third time, threw in the dollar to go to 50. Fourth time, 75. And then the fifth time, and this was off my recommendation, he went to 1 1/4. So that's 5 hits right there. This player again is sitting out watching people make money. So then we get to this player. Let me swap this out real fast. So then we get to the Iron Cross player. Iron Cross player makes $11 5 times. That's $55. The theoretical Iron Cross player. The mid press player. First hit, go to 15. Second hit, go to a quarter. Third hit, throw in the dollar, go to 36. Fourth hit, go to 50. And fifth hit, go to 75. And now the power press player. Power press player is already $17 in the hole, so we're going to go $18 in the hole. First hit, second hit. Third hit, they are now $24 in the hole because they go up to 150. So third hit, they are $24 in the hole. Fourth hit. They are now $1 to the good. That's the fourth hit. So the fifth hit is going to pay $420. We're going to go ahead and pay it $520 for 100. They are $1 in the hole, or $1 to the good, but they're going to throw in $30. So now they are $29 in the hole again. $29 in the hole, the power presser. So now we go to the 8. So the 8 hit 7 times. 7 times. So the first time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 times. Again, this player's sitting out watching people make money because they've made their $80-something in profit. Iron Cross player is going to make $88. So we'll throw 2 in to get 90. So now our mid-press player. First time around to 18. Second time, 30. Third time, 42. Fifth time, 60. 6th time, 90. And 7th time, 150. Now we got our power presser, who is $29 in the hole. So the first thing they do is throw in $4. So now they are $33 in the hole. Throw in another dollar. They are $34 in the hole. Throw in $7. They are $41 in the hole. That's hit number 3. $41 in the hole. Okay. The 125. Now they are $16 in the hole. Now they are $35 to the good. I actually lost track there, so up to 30, 66, 150, 300, 600. So that's 5 hits. So they have 2 more hits to go. Next hit. And then the final hit. And unfortunately for the power press player, they never did hit another 8. That would have been absolutely fantastic for them. So, first things first, we'll look at our real world players and see how they did. All right, so our real world player that started out with 64 across and was relatively aggressive came out ahead on this roll, $1,049. He made $1,049 on a 20-minute roll. Even if he was in the hole, he would have been ahead, and depending on how far in the hole he was. The player that started out with an iron cross, modified iron cross, then came down to 44 inside, then came down completely. Well, let's see. They started with $123 in action, right? That means they made $84 in profit. They have $107. So this player had the 64 in action, so they were actually made just under $1,000 in profit. A theoretical iron cross player would have made $266. A mid-press player that started out with 64 across including would have made $562, and a power press player would have made $334. So of course we have 3 theoretical strategies, but there are 3 very, very, very common theoretical strategies. Classic iron cross, the mid-press, and the power press. Especially the mid-press. That is hands down the most common strategy that I come across. And as you notice, this player was a mid-press player. Started out as a mid-press player. Although he had some modifications, like he spread out. And that made a difference. By spreading out a couple of his numbers, that actually made a difference. So, hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening. Look ahead, we've got 3 more real-world rolls coming up for you guys. So for this episode, we are once again talking about some real-world rolls that I saw tonight. Now, I talked about how I saw we had 4 20-minute rolls. As I checked my notes, we actually had 5 20 to 25-minute rolls. 5 20 to 25-minute rolls. So this one that I'm about to show you was on a different table and really had no players that were honestly playing worth the darn. So just like with the last one I showed you 2 real-world players. One that was just absolutely terrible, and one that was basically a mid-presser with a couple of modifications. I eliminated all the players that were just same bet, same bet, same bet, or just did like a 6 and 8 or something along those lines. So this one, I am going to just show you guys some theoretical strategies, some common strategies. Okay, and I'm going to have, of course, a classic iron cross, even though we already know how incredibly weak this is. And then I'm going to actually have, this time, a regression strategist that is then going to go in a mid-press situation. All right. Then I'm going to have another regression strategist, okay, because we're going to do 2 different types of regressions. Then I'm going to have the usual mid-press player, and I'm going to have the power press player. And we're going to see how they would have done on this real world roll. Okay? Again, real world roll. This actually happened. And just like I explained in the other video, I talk about how many times a number hits. When I talk about that, I talk about it while it was live, not counting while it was off during the come out roll. And we don't go in sequence because honestly, nobody remembers that. No dealers, no floors, nobody remembers the sequence of the rolls. What we remember is how many times each number hits. We almost can't help ourselves. In our heads, we are actually playing the game. In our heads, we know what we would have each number at based on our individual play styles. Pretty much every dealer that's experienced and doesn't have to put too much thought into the dealing side of things, and every floor that's experienced, again, on basic rolls, and these are still relatively basic, will usually have an idea in their head of where they are at on every individual number. It's really easy for us to backtrack that to know how many times individual numbers hit. So I'm going to start with the lowest and then go up from there. All right. So again, I have one regression strategist, and then a second type of regression strategist, classic iron cross, mid-press, and power press. Regression strategists are going to go into a mid-press situation themselves. So we're going to start with the least number of hits, which is the 10. So the 10, the first it hit, let me check my notes. It hit twice. So the first hit, regression strategist will collect, and then the second hit, this is where they regress. Regress after 2 hits. Because this is where they are, in their heads, playing with house money. It's not actually true, you're playing with your money, but some people really buy into this. And in a way, this actually kind of favors them by me doing it this way. If we want the actual way the rolls went, it would probably be a little bit different, and they probably would not honestly make as much. So we'll do it this way. So the iron cross player is going to make 20 bucks. Now the other regression strategist is going to be one of those that regresses their own individual numbers after 2 hits. So the first hit, they collect. Now if I did a press and then regress, this player would do fantastic. The next time around, the second time, they regress down to 10. Now our mid-press player will go up to 15. Next time around, we go to a quarter. Our power press player throws in the dollar to go to 30. They're negative $1. Next time around, they throw in the $2 and go to 90. So they're negative $3. And the 10 only hit twice. Now let's see. So let's shift over to the 4. The 4 hit 4 times. 4 times. Now our regression strategist that is now in a mid-press situation, first hit, second hit, third hit, and fourth hit. Iron cross player makes $40. The other regression strategist, first time collects, second time regresses down, third time starts mid-pressing, and then the fourth time. Mid-press player, once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. And the power press player. Power press player is now in the hole $5. Then is in the hole $7. Come on now. And we'll take the VIG out on the 3rd hit. So they were in the hole $7. So now they are good to the good $8. They are $8 to the positive. Make sure I got the hits correct. 230, 290, 250. So that's 3 hits. So the 4th hit would be a $12 VIG. Right? So we're going to go ahead and take it out of the payout. So it's going to get $488. Go to 700. Alrighty. Now, the 9 hit 4 times. 9 hit 4 times. So the first time, player that has already regressed will go there. Second time, because they're mid-pressing. Third time, and 4th time. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the iron cross player, so they're 4 times. And the regular mid-press player, or I'm sorry, the collect once and then regress player. First time, first hit, second hit, third hit, and 4th hit. Mid-press player. First hit. Second hit. Third hit. 4th hit. Now the power press player. First hit. Second hit. Third hit. 4th hit. And let's see. All right, so next we would go to, clean this up a little bit. Next was the 5. The 5 hit 5 times. 5 and 8 both hit 5 times. So we'll do the 5 first. And so the 5 first. So again, this player right here was in a mid-press type of mentality. First hit. Second. Third. Fourth. And 5th. Iron cross player, 5 hits, $50. Hit once, collect, and then regress. First time collects, 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, and 5 hits. Mid-press player. First hit. Second hit. Third hit. Fourth hit. And the fifth hit. Power press player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, like I said, the 8 also hit 5 times. So, player that regressed and now is in a mid-press situation. 2, 3, oops, 4, and 5. Iron cross player makes their $11 5 times. It's 55 bucks. The hit then regress takes 1 hit, 2 hits, and regresses. Then goes into a mid press. Hit number 3. Hit number 4. And hit number 5. Mid-press player. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now the power press player. Power press player, hit number 1, hit number 2, hit number 3, hit number 4, and hit number 5. Okay. So, there's one number left. I'm going to have to fly through this before the camera dies on me. That is the 6. The 6 hit 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Iron Cross player, $99. Player that takes the first hit, and then regresses. It's hit number 2, and then goes to a mid press. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 hits. There we go. Okay. Whew. Getting real close on time. Okay, mid-press player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Hey, come on. And lastly, we go to the power press player. So, power press player throws in $4. So it's hit number 1. Hit number 2, they throw in $1. Hit number 3, they throw in $7. Now, hit number 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So, this real world roll, this is how it would have worked out for various strategies. All right, because honestly, the strategies that were on the table, absolutely nobody colored up after this roll. Nobody made any money. So, and if people didn't make any money on this is probably a 23, 24 minute roll, they're just not going to make any money. I mean, there's no roll that's going to make money for them. So, the player that does the 2 hits of any number and then regresses down from 160 to 64 would have made $1,364. $1,364. Okay. The player that would have just done a classic iron cross, made $304. The player that takes one hit, that regresses each individual number, collects the first hit, regresses the second hit, would have made $890. A mid-press player would have made $1,322. And a power press player would have made $4,077 off of this roll. So I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at the very least, just plain fun. We've got 3 more real-world rolls to show you guys.